am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. And well, we have another clip of Andrew Schulz talking about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, and I'm starting to realize that Andrew Schulz is milking this shit more than these two are. More than Drake and Kendrick are. He's been talking about that's all they talk about in this podcast sometimes. God damn. Can Andrew Schulz be in the news for anything else other than his comments on the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef? Because every other fucking week he's flip-flopping. 1 week he's saying Drake's the biggest artist ever and he could have won that and he probably did win the beef. The next week he's saying, no, Kendrick won the beef. But I still don't like that nigga because he subliminally dissed me on his album. Pick a side, nigga, damn. Anyways, let's hear what Andrew Schulz has to say about the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar beef now.
Accuse him of doing the rapper who acts unbothered, but then behind the scenes you're doing this shit.
Yeah.
And it's very
it's very petty. They're quoting his lines and shit like that. Like it's really funny the way they came back.
So if he drops this, I mean, it's just, is it a massive L? Do we just move on? Does anybody care at
They
this
can never
point?
make me hate Drake.
Isn't that crazy?
They're trying to make me hate Drake, bro. It's never going to work.
They said he signed a public petition that criticized prosecutors using lyrics against artists. So, you signed a petition saying you shouldn't be able to use an artist's lyrics against them. They're just lyrics. And now you're suing us for this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, again, it's...
Well, I think that the lawsuit says that they were specifically inflating and promoting the song.
Yeah.
Which had the inflammatory lyrics. But I don't think the lawsuit is about the inflammatory lyrics. I think it's about the inflation of the song.
Yeah, but I think he's saying the lyrics specifically is what is putting his health or his safety in risk.
Right.
He's not saying UMG promoting the stream. You are promoting the song, which will bring violence toward me. Look at the lyrics of the song. Calls me a child molester.
Right. But again, just so we understand what we're saying here, he's not saying you put out a song that has these lyrics. It's you are inflating it.
Yeah.
Over normal amounts.
Yeah.
So I think it's about the inflation, not the lyrics.
Yeah.
But the inflation, the manufacturing of that inflation could add harm. So if you up it 20%, now you've increased 20% of the harm. So I'm suing you for that 20%, not what the lyrics are there.
And I think this is why...
But do you understand?
Yeah, yeah. And I think this is why United has to find a different way. I'm sorry, UMG has to find a different way to go at him, because I think the only thing they could say is, we do this for every artist. We've done this for you. Yeah. But they can't say that because then that blows up their business model.
the business model.
So they have to find, hey, just dismiss this case with prejudice.
Yeah. So that's a good point. Yes. So kind of Drake's calling out the business in a way where the business has to acknowledge that they do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he was the beneficiary.
Yeah.
But I guess he's also saying, if all things are fair, I'll still beat all these motherfuckers. So
I think that was his goal. His goal is just to blow this whole shit up. Let's take the curtain down and let's just
because
really,
if the curtain's down, he's still going to beat them. Maybe they all get 30% less, but he still beats them.
Yeah.
But there are other people that might be the beneficiaries of that inflation more than him. In others, again, we're talking about this on Brilliant Idiots, but there are a lot of people that can get a #1 album for a week or #1 song for a week, and then the next week the streams die. I think, was Russ saying that on the pod? I think he was. He's like, so basically you can buy a #1 and then the next week nobody really knows about it.
But you went #1, that's all that matters.
100%.
And you go on #1 might make people listen to it. Well, the song's #1, let's listen to it.
But and then exactly, so you can manufacture it, and then that manufactured #1 can potentially turn into a legit #1, or it cannot. And but maybe he's like, I'd rather be on a level playing field with everybody because I'm still going to fuck these people up.
So he's just showing everyone's cards, pulling the curtain down from everything, and just being like, yo, this is how the business works.
But the business might be more helpful to these other artists than Drake.
For sure.
So he's like, all right, let's tear this whole shit down. I'm going to be the one that wins in the end.
I'm assuming that's the case if he's willing to go at the label.
That's interesting. So they haven't dropped the lawsuit. This is just UMG continuing trying to protect themselves.
Yeah, because they can't be honest. They can't be honest and say, this helps everybody that we've covered, including you. Which would make Drake look a little bad, but also this is our business model, so we have to protect that.
Yeah, but they're basically admitting that they can inflate a song and make it bigger than it actually is. So now, if he wins this, some people go, yeah, but it worked for you too. He goes, yeah, okay, it worked for me. But they admitted they made it bigger than it was supposed to be. And my songs that I released weren't made bigger than they were supposed to be because I didn't release them through UMG or whatever the fuck it is. So then this could work out for Drake still.
I don't know, because I think
legally.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
not
legally. I don't think the public
perception-wise.
opinion is going to really care.
I don't. If UMG has to come out and say, yeah, we inflated it by 50%, I think that now the song is an absolute banger.
That's
It's a
what I'm
huge
saying.
hit.
That's the thing.
100%. But if you're a Drake fan, you go, oh shit, the only reason it was like that is because they inflated by 50%.
Drake fans.
Drake
think
fans.
that-
I already believe that.
Yeah.
I already think
Drake
I don't-
fans
this
have not
changed
been talked
nothing.
out of anything.
What's this Billboard thing about? Billboard is changing the way that they count sales. Have you guys seen this?
Academics posted something. I
Yeah.
forget what it was. I could try to find it.
What, now they're like including streams in a different way?
Yeah, or they're counting them in a different way. And if they've showed that you are using bots, then they will suspend your account for 12 months or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, wow.
But it's Billboard's acknowledgement that bots are being used.
Yeah.
You don't put out a
That's
precautionary
Digital
measure.
albums sold via an artist label or other official website must now be redeemed in order to be chart eligible. In addition, verification using HCAPTCHA is now required to prevent bots.
Wow.
So HCAPTCHA is that thing where you have to type in the code to prove you're a real person. So how do you do that for every single stream? Every time I play a song, I got to do an HCAPTCHA?
Yeah, minimum prices of albums increasing at all retailers: $7.99 for CD, $7.99 for cassette, $15 for vinyl.
Is it for like buying albums?
Yeah, and I think they said if you drop it on like another site, like outside of the streamers or something like that, you know how Kanye's dropping his music and stuff like that on his own website.
So
it's
those
like,
could be more easily manipulated.
yeah.
Any D2C store with 3 submissions of illegitimate data within a 12-month period may receive a minimum 90-day reporting
So
suspension.
direct to consumer, is that when you're selling merch with your album? Like, is that the bundle stuff?
maybe.
That, or if you're selling it on your own site.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow. So they're basically acknowledging that their formula or algorithm has been manipulated.
Yeah.
And whoa.
Which
this
everyone
is-
kind of knew, but it was never really confirmed by any of the big...
Man, let's be fucking honest. Just like this guy said, everybody fucking, we all knew what was going on. We all knew what was happening. If you thought certain people were bigger than they were supposed to be, and you always ask yourself why, that's why. It's just being manipulated. It's being manipulated to make it seem like the person's bigger than they actually is, which is crazy how this kind of gets into another conversation of another thing I've been thinking about. When you think about bots and when you think about people view botting and people follower botting and chat botting, when you think about this, no one knows that it's happening unless they get caught. Like, a lot of this shit is really perception. Like, a lot of it. We gotta open our eyes sometimes, y'all. We really do. A lot of this shit is perception. Hell, I got caught up in it. I was looking at somebody's channel, cause y'all could tell. I could spend money and fucking buy my shit if I want. Trust me, I haven't. I haven't, and my numbers show it. Everything I do over here is fucking organic. I'm not forcefully pushing anything. But I go to certain other channels, and yeah, the chats, like, it's a lot of people in the comments, there's a lot of views, it's a lot of likes, but it's just like, I know how the algorithm works. When a nigga's pushing like that, if a nigga's pushing 280, 100,000, 150 views of a fucking video, bro, you're getting clipped. You're getting clipped, and you're getting put, because everybody else want to eat off that now. Clearly, you have some type of clout that niggas want to eat off of at this point. So we're clipping the fuck out of you and whatever you're saying, because it's clearly that important. But it's really not. Because come to find out, these niggas are bots. These niggas, it's all bots. It's all fucking bots. So, did they bot not like us? I don't know. Maybe. But what I do know is they've botted a lot of Drake songs as well. So at the end of the day, fair is fair, my nigga. Meek Mill was yelling bots. He was yelling and screaming bots at the top of his fucking lungs. The Drake and Meek Mill beef. You know what y'all did? You laughed at him. I know I said this in a video before about this, but this is the fucking truth. We laughed at Meek. Shut up, nigga. Take your L. You lost. So why are we sitting here laughing at Drake? I know. because his fans love him. And look, listen, Buddy said something earlier. He was like, they're just trying to do everything to make me hate Drake. No. See, if you fall so deep into that rabbit hole that now when you listen to his music, you can't hear it for just the music that it is and let go of the shit that's being talked about and said, then nigga, you are a sheep. You have a hive mindset. And you shouldn't, especially when it comes to music, have a hive mindset. We can't be sheep, people. Drake fans and K-bots. Everybody. Cole fans as well. We cannot be sheep. We can't. We have to be able to step aside and go, okay, let's let real life play out. Is Drake in jail? He's flying everywhere, gambling in whatever country he wants to gamble in, and very open about it. He don't give a fuck. I just seen him do an interview with State talking about who the GOAT gambler is. And he was talking about how he was playing Michael Jordan and ping pong, and he just kept betting money because he kept losing. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, shit. When you got it, might as well, I guess. Who gives a fuck at that point? You're not going home crying in your fucking $1 billion mansion. Get 2 fucks. Either way. I'm sure whatever Michael Jordan was betting, he knew he'd make that the next day. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna make about $2 million tomorrow. Fuck it. $500K on the table, Drake. I'm beating you in this ping pong. Means it's Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. And it's crazy. It's crazy how society works. They're pushing prize picks on you. They're pushing all this shit on you, trying to get you to become a gambler. But you're not Drake. You're not Michael Jordan. Ergo, you ain't rich. Only the rich can afford to gamble. If you're broke, you cannot afford to gamble. And living check by check, you cannot afford to gamble. But they're making it seem so accessible and making it seem like it's so easy to win that everybody's falling under the hive mindset. And if you're just that easy and manipulated, and well, you shouldn't have an opinion, in my opinion. In my opinion, you shouldn't have an opinion. Yeah. I don't know how I ran into this, but I'm just saying, like I said, these conversations I've been thinking about over the past day, I know you post yesterday morning, it's, my mind's been all over the place, and there's just been certain things I've been thinking about. And it was like kind of ironic that they brought up 2 things that have been heavy on my mind. Drake fans with this fucking obsession and thought that niggas are trying to make them to hate Drake, and people manipulating our algorithm to become famous and successful. Nasty work going on. Well, I'm over here trying to stay true, stay to who I am, be who I am. I don't know, man. I don't know. Either way, I'm done ranting. I am Savvy Mike in this. Because I am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.